Hello, I'm Greg, and I want to speak with you just before the New Year's about a different kind of resolution that we can make ethically. I'm going to call it New Year's resoluteness, which is one of Martin Heidegger's favorite terms. He describes our being, Dasein, as resolute in its authenticity and in its truth. We are also, he says, beings who are ahead of ourselves. What does this mean? It means in our own most sense, the way we think about who we are, where we're going, when we might get there, and what we might be doing when we do get there. There's a sense that all of this is ahead of ourselves. The past is gone. In some ways, it doesn't even exist. We have a memory of it, but memory is notoriously partial. And it's partial in two senses of the term. Partial in that it's incomplete, and partial in that it favors certain kinds of memories over others. In the same way that if we were asked to truly kind of dissect ourselves or diagnose ourselves as human beings, what would the results be? How would we answer that question? Who are we to ourselves in truth? Let me quote just for a moment from my tattered and battered copy of Being in Time, Heidegger's masterwork, which originally appeared in 1927. You can see that I'm holding bits and pieces of it here. It's been read and reread that the binding has completely come apart. And I'm quoting from page 301 of the 1962 English edition. For the most part, Heidegger says, everyday Dasein, that's us being there, covers up the ownmost possibility of its being. That possibility which is non-relational and not to be outstripped. This factical tendency to cover up confirms our thesis that Dasein as factical is in the untruth. For Heidegger, the inauthentic life is one that decoys itself away from itself. Even curiosity, to a certain extent for Heidegger, is a no-no, because it distracts us, perhaps even entangles us, which is another one of Heidegger's favorite terms, entanglement. Think about that word for a little bit, just to get the feel of it, right? Heidegger is sort of famous for using words, turning nouns into verbs, all of the rest of that kind of stuff that you expect from a philosopher. But there's also a poetic quality to his work, where when you think about, even in English, entanglement gives us kind of a feeling of stenochoria, of narrowness, of anxiety, even a kind of creepy feeling, okay, as if one gets entangled with somebody that they don't really want to be around, right? So today, just for a few more moments, I'm going to ask you to, instead of making New Year's resolutions, I'm going to ask you to instead do a work on yourself that is New Year's Resoluteness, which is the title of this little video. New Year's Resoluteness tells us that no matter what is in front of us, I am going to walk towards it in good faith, yes, but also with this sense that my will, my desire, and my anxiety can be placed in front of me, and I'm going to confront all of those things. Anxiety is not always bad. Will, not always good. Desire, of course, can cut really any way it itself desires. We do not live as human beings in the black and white, in the good and evil, in the light or the darkness, the blessing or the curse. All of those are present at once for all of us, and I'm going to enjoin you for 2026 to take all of those into yourself, embrace them, and walk forward resolutely into the new year. Thank you.